Hello, fellow Snowrunner players on hard mode, and people that make videos. Have you ever made a video before and forgot to plug in your microphone and was talking to yourself the entire time? Well, this time I plugged it in. Alright, so I'm in first person. I'm going to the unloading zone in Wisconsin for the last factory mission. I'm excited about that. And I'm at the bridge, or the tunnel, that leads to Grain Woods River right now. Now I'm ready to complete this. I kind of got discombobulated and kind of had to do some other things. That's why I'm here and not at the factory. If you're wondering, you might be wondering. So I thought I would do this in first person the entire way from memory. Because these maps, each region has a bunch of maps. This one has 2. Some regions have 4 maps. But the maps are huge in Wisconsin, and you do them for so long, and I'm talking literally 4 months, I'm sorry, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks of gameplay where you get to the point where you've memorized it. But I've been always driving in third person. And I'm enjoying driving in third person. I mean first person. I've always been driving in third person, and I'm enjoying now driving in first person for once. I've been playing this game a total of about 90 days. Maybe more, maybe less, but around there. The fuel there is $23 a gallon. Very expensive. That is the sawmill. Used it quite a bit already. Here's one of my checkpoints. Probably need to set this checkpoint up a little bit farther down the road. But for now, I'll just use it. I know I'll have enough to get back. Now, for some reason, it doesn't take it from the... this right here. The maintenance frame add-on. I don't know why. I have to do it in that order. Maybe it's just me. But if I go to refuel, there's no option for the maintenance trailer. That's weird. But it is what it is. That's the workaround. So how do you like this truck? This is the Tayga, T-A-Y-G-A, 6436. And here's the map. This is where I'm headed to. I'm headed to the paper factory. I don't think I'm going to do look before you leap, unless this truck, which I've already moved a little bit, is given to me. I think it's the truck I need to get. It's in the water here. It's in the water near... I've already moved it a little bit. But then I realized that this is a very swampy area, and the Tayga actually didn't really do very well down here. But then again, I did have this 5-slot flatbed trailer with me. So this is the way I always drive. In third person. But I thought it would be there if I click R3 of the R3 button, toggle stick on the controller. It goes to the next attachment, which is cool. And then I click on again, which is R3, and it puts me in first person. So this contract's going to pay out about $17,600, I believe. But we'll just round it to 17,000. So I found a cheaper fuel area, which is $8 a gallon, which is a lot cheaper than the $16 a gallon I was paying. I found the maintenance trailer, which I used all of the fuel for it, which is for one of the missions tasks. I used it down to where there was 10% left, and then I turned it in. And then I found also the trailer tanker. Wait, I lost my way. Lumber mill that way. I'll just keep going straight. and I know I will get to my destination. You know, there's some roads that I would just like to explore, and I'm getting to the point where I have enough buffer. I have almost like $150,000 for once. I made a lot of mistakes in Michigan, burned a lot of fuel because it was the first time playing hard, seemed to have gotten stuck. First time, actually second time playing the hard mode version. And the first time I made some mistakes, naturally. I was on about 22 missions. Where? Look at my trailer. It's going away. I was on about 22 missions on my first playthrough. And I ran out of fuel, and I was just about ready to run out of money. So I started over. Made some more mistakes. Burned a lot of fuel on recovery missions. Blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. That's why I don't have much money. I've only done Michigan, Alaska, Taimyr, and now Wisconsin. I finally have started to make a nice profit. I've finally got enough overhead money to cover the overhead costs associated with deployment. You know, when you retain a vehicle, you have to pay $3,500 then to, you know, pay the fee to have it transported to another region. And I have about 10 trucks right now that I take with me. Some trucks are in different regions still. I just thought I'd leave them there because there's still some missions I need to complete. So it's about $35,000 just to go to a new region with the trucks that I've got. So I always have to take that into account when I play this game, because like everybody knows, on hard mode, everything costs money. So there are some special abilities that I've noticed in this universe that are different from our universe. For example, the winch can teleport through trees, as you all just saw. The winch rope. See? See how it just went right through it magically? That's just part of the game. It makes it much more simple. Even though it's not realistic, it is for this universe. Who knows? Who are we to say that this universe, that's just what's normal? That's just what's normal for this universe. I mean, because we can teleport between vehicles, first of all, and we're not allowed to step outside of our vehicles. That is against the law. We are creatures not allowed to roam the forest, not allowed to touch the ground with our boots, and we have a Spider-Man-like ability where we can just shoot a web winch right out from our truck anywhere we want. I gotta stand this back up. Or just drag it with me. Did you see that? Spider-Man-like ability. That is a cool superpower. What if we had that in this universe? Alright, now I can be careful, get it before it falls. And also, it will move it for you if it's not just... if it's close enough. And that's not a superpower, that's just what video games are like. But as far as the simulation goes, the realism is off the charts on hard mode, because everything has a consequence. If you drive somewhere to get an upgrade, then you have to drive back. Or is it worth paying the recovery fee? That's what's one thing different. Makes it more realistic. There's a lot of role play involved on hard mode. What I meant is in the regular version of the game, where everything's free basically, except for truck upgrades and buying trucks, brand new trucks, stuff like that. Everything is pretty much basically free. Regular version. So if you take a scout vehicle out on the map to get an upgrade spot, then you find the spot, you drive your vehicle on top of it, you get the upgrade, and then naturally on regular version you just teleport back to the garage because it's free, and then you get free fuel, and it also repairs it for you. It does everything. It's the VIP special. But on hard mode, nope. You've got to drive back to where you came from or pay the recovery fee. Yeah, that's something. Is it worth paying the recovery fee? That's when you have to think about it. And that's where the different type of game element is. The difference between hard mode and regular mode is two different games, two different completely games with the same, of course, base. Where we're playing a truck simulator sandbox game. So this truck has got everything. It's got the most powerful engine. It's got the best tires, all chains. Best tires in my opinion. The best engine. Raised suspension. All the cool toys. You all saw. The dice. The figurine in the front. I don't think I have a hood ornament. Yeah, of course I do. It's a cat. I think it's a panther. Yeah. It's kind of hard to tell. Whoop, don't want to fall off the hill. Oh, I thought there was a cliff there. Thank goodness there wasn't. So I'm going to load up here. I'm going to try to get 8 of them. I don't know what the cellulose looks like yet. I've never loaded it. Like I said before, I had other things to do, and I just knew I would come back and do this later. So I'm at about 80% completion so far in Wisconsin. And I hope to do 100%, but I don't know yet. Some missions may not be worth the fuel to do it, the fuel costs. And if I don't have to do them, I won't. That's just how it happens when you're playing the first time through. All right, let's see what this looks like. Small. Wish they were round like metal coils or something. But the fact that they are rectangle, yeah, they're rectangles or squares. I don't necessarily think they're square. I think they're more rectangle-ish. Yeah, one slot each. That's a square. Whoops, wrong order there. Cargo management. Cellulose, which is paper. Of course, it's another word for paper. Fine paper. To be made into whatever you want. It's clean. Basically what atoms are to flesh. Cellulose is to paper, to cardboard boxes. Whatever you want to make out of cardboard is cellulose is the base. Okay. Little lesson there in case you cared. So if I can do 8 in one trip, that would save me, some fuel costs. I don't know. But sometimes it's not worth it, because then you're going to be, if anything falls, like I say, this is only a 5-slot trailer. So that means I'm going to have to do at least one of them. One of these is going to have to be at least 6 in order to make it 3 trips. So 5, 10, 15, and then one of them will be 6. That I cannot pack, that might fall off. Now that's worth the risk. What if I did 7? Now it would still make it 3 trips. But I don't want to do 4 trips, and if I could do 2 trips, that would be great. But 2 trips, or I'm sorry, 3 trips, or two trips could be a big risk to put 8 on here. Or should I try it? Should I put 8 on here and just see what happens? Of course I should. Whoops. Yeah. So many buttons to press in a certain order. While I'm talking, I have to remember what they are. I don't have the muscle memory for talking and doing this at the same time yet, as you can tell. Normally, when I'm not talking, I'm doing this, no, don't want to remove cargo. Because there's a lot of steps involved. Basically what it is it's a square button, then you got to scroll through and make sure it's not auto load. Make sure it says load, then hit X, then hit the circle button, then hit the up button on the D-pad, then hit the square button, then hit the up button on the D-pad again. That's a lot of steps to get the muscle memory for. Now to pack the cargo, which I forgot to do, up on the D-pad, and then to hide them up on the D-pad again. The reason I hide them is because it gets in the way. I just can't see. And I've already got the muscle memory down now to where I can do it behind my back. I can do it with my eyes closed, if that makes any sense. Of course I couldn't. I gotta be able to see. Alright, we're gonna do 2 more. Whoops. Whoops. See, it's kind of easy to get confused. There's just so many buttons to press. It is what it is. PlayStation did a good job at making this available for console. And I'm thankful for that, even if it does require a lot of steps. Whoops. Whoops again. Whoops. Up on the D-pad. Sometimes I do it so fast that I get confused myself. Trust me. Alright, we'll put this on top of my cab, which I know is not realistic, but in this universe it is. Now I hit the circle button, detach trailer. Now I hit the circle button again. Hit the handbrake. Alright, now I gotta load up a total of 8. See what happens. I hope you're in, and leave a like. That really helps me out too. Lets me know. Lets me know how things are going. Put this one. Let me explain a little bit for people that are not familiar. I can only put 5 on this flatbed trailer. Any more, I'm risking them falling off, but it will let me do it. And the crane for this truck is not as powerful as it is for the Fleet Star. The Fleet Star has a better crane. I'm going to leave. I can also drive with the anchors. It won't affect anything. I haven't seen any damage occur. Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't want that to happen. That's a major bummer. That's hilarious. So that means I got to do this all over again. But it'll be good practice. So what I want to do is I want to restore the crane. That is hilarious. That's what I get for talking and working at the same time. Trying to make a video. So what we'll do is we'll pull that there. I got the best winch for this truck. It was expensive. A little bit too much power there. Way too much power. Taking damage to my vehicle. Back up just a little bit there. So everybody knows what I need to do. I have a couple options. I can delete all this cargo, which it will let me do, or just pick them up and put them back on. I'm gonna go with just pick them up and put them back on because I don't want the game to glitch out. Because who knows, maybe there's only 16 available. I never really paid attention. If I destroy cargo, then I have to do the mission over. Whoa, there's ghosts afoot. So I gotta flip this back over. I think the best way to do it is just to attach and then drive it and pull it like a fish on the end of a hook. And that seems to work sometimes. The trailers don't really take damage, although I did see one do it one time. Because I looked and my truck hadn't taken damage and there was a big damage to some tires. So maybe the trailers can take tire damage. Because tire damage doesn't really happen as often. Well, this isn't working. Maybe if I catch it on the side of this tree over these rocks. What am I doing? I never thought I would go down this rabbit hole. This is just ridiculous. I'm burning fuel. This thing chews through fuel. I need to get this thing like on a hill, a hillside. Like right here. Something where it's got it, where I can get underneath it. Okay, I think if I pull it up this ramp here, it's like I'm in a rodeo. What am I doing? The only thing missing is the clowns. Wait a minute, I'm the clown. Okay, this is what I want. I want to get it so it's... I can get underneath it. Nope, that's not really what I was looking for. There we go. Alright, here's the plan. Now I should be able to... Now I should be able to pull it. There we go. Not too much though. Darn it. Push. You ridiculous. You are being ridiculous. This should work. Nope, not quite. Okay, now, this winch is a little bit too powerful. I don't know why. Okay. I got it under control. So I'm down to 50 gallons. That should be enough to where I can go up and refill, or I could spend 16 bucks a gallon and top off the tank, which is better than running out of gas. Because even though the Fleet Star, as you saw earlier, is sitting there waiting for me for fresh gas, fresh fuel, if I run out of fuel, the thing is the Fleet Star is gonna struggle on that part where there's all that swampy water, hardly any winch points. Although it can make it through. I just don't want to get myself in a situation where the Fleet Star flips, because it is very... it tends to have a wobbly suspension, even though if it's fully repaired. But it is one of the most reliable trucks in the game. Because it can have a crane, it can have a flatbed or a cargo trailer, and still be able to attach a trailer behind it. So does the GMC, the very first truck that we start out with in the game. They both can. All the other trucks can have a crane and a flatbed trailer or a cargo trailer, but they cannot pull another trailer behind them. So that's the advantage of the Fleet Star. The Fleet Star has more clearance, whereas the GMC has a little bit less clearance, but it can still do it. I'm gonna go top off the fuel. Come back. What a mess. What a hilarious mess. That's alright. It's what makes this game realistic, because what you all saw there was totally realistic. That's what I like about it. Now the gas station, fuel station, the petrol station, P-E-T-R-O-L. People like to call it many different terms, or diesel, of course. If I say gas, that's incorrect. It's diesel. But you all knew what I meant. I'm just glad I was able to self-correct myself before this video ended. Otherwise, that would have been kind of embarrassing. So let's go get some diesel. Let's go get it. 16 bucks a gallon, I'm willing to pay it. There's a spot on the Grainswood River, is that the name? I'm forgetting the name. Anyway, Grainswood. The lower left-hand corner, spoiler alert. once you have to first do a mission to unlock the fuel station, and it's only $8 a gallon there. So that's nice. Here, a full fuel tanker, it's like $7,600 to refuel. Ones that you can carry on your truck, not the truck itself, but the fuel tankers that trucks can carry, as well as the portable ones that are trailers that you pull along. So let's see here. 46 gallons, $736. Boy, that's really close to real life, isn't it? At least I think it might be. Hopefully it never gets to that point. Wow. But it has gotten to the even worse. There's some parts in Russia it's $30 a gallon. I kid you not. Not in real life. In this game, Snowrunner. Let me make that clear. I have no idea what the cost of fuel is in Russia. So let me just make that clear with all due respect. This is cool. Look at that. I've got the paper mill fully constructed. It's pretty cool when you look at it from a distance. By the way, I have the 3 videos that are located on my channel that shows the animation of them being built. Go check it out. Leave a like and subscribe too while you're at it. If you haven't already subscribed, it really helps out the channel. Let me know what you think. Also, leave a comment. I love critiquing. I don't care if it's negative feedback or positive feedback. It's all feedback. And I take it with in stride. Where you cannot hurt my feelings. It's impossible when it comes to comments. Alright then, everybody have a great day. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I'm going to clean up this mess. So 8 times 2 is 16. So I'm going to try to do this now. I definitely have to maybe possibly do this in 2 trips. Because before, 3 trips would have been safe. And I have already proved my point that instead of loading 5, I went for the bonus round and failed. But now I have no choice. Because if I come back and do 5 more, 8 and 5 was 13, I still have to do a 3rd trip. So now I've gotten myself in a situation where I need to load all 8 of these back up, which the first 5 will be packed and secure, the other 3 will be on top, and I have to do that twice now, and hopefully the second time around it will be flawless, and I won't waste so much fuel in the cleanup costs process. So far, I've already lost $800, $736, rounded up to 800. I round things up to the nearest $100 bill. It just helps. Have a good day. Thanks for watching. Once this is done saving, I'm going to hit the options button to prove I'm on hard mode, because it's going to show it, and then that will be the end of this video. Sometimes it takes a while to save. There's just so much that happened. It's saving what happened. It needs to remember that those cargo boxes, cellulose, are on the ground. Anything that goes on the ground will be there until you get back. So you can play a different game, completely different game, come back, they'll still be there. And the game saves for you automatically. Sometimes it saves and only takes like 3 seconds. Sometimes it can take an entire minute. There's a lot of factors involved. Could be saving to the internet. Saving my stats. Because the developers watch people playing hard mode. They want to know. Because what happens on hard mode stays on hard mode. You either deal with it or start over from scratch. If you run out of money and then you have to start selling vehicles, woo, that's when it gets rough. I've only had to sell like 4 vehicles, and I did that because I was in that situation. It was either sell a vehicle or start over. So I've been in that situation 4 times. On this save game, there was one time where I had all my vehicles flipped on their side, and I had the first vehicle flipped on its side, and I went and got the rescue truck to go try to turn that back over upright. That truck flipped, and then the 3rd attempt, that truck flipped, and then my very last truck, this was in the beginning of the game when I was like level 4. My very last truck was my last option. I thought to myself, if this truck flips, the game's over. Because I had like 5,000 bucks left, and I knew that would be enough to recover at least one of them. But then I thought to myself, what if it flips again? So I said, okay, this fourth truck has to succeed. And it did. It flipped over the third truck that flipped over successfully, and then it went and got the second truck that flipped over, and then the very first one that flipped over, and then all 4 of my trucks made it successfully back to base. That was a tense moment. And that's what hard mode does. That's the immersion value. Because on the regular version of this game, people have millions of dollars because they're able to sell their trailers. I don't need to get into the specifics. But people literally have millions of dollars because they can farm contests, because there's pretty much no consequences in the game, and to be broad about it. But on the hard mode version, which here, as I said, I would prove, here it is. It's 2 completely different games. I suggest you do it. If you're playing regular mode and you're bored, try hard mode. I tell you, it's 2 completely different games. It'll change your life. Have a good day, everybody. Thanks for watching.